Sharon for all the work that she puts into doing this every month, writing an article, taking pictures, and getting this presentation ready. Thank you, Sharon. Little side story, many of you know my wife is the greatest asset that is a part of me, and I met her in 1974. 1972, I met her, and she went to Asbury for 1 year, and then she went home to go to beauty school. She went to Marinell Beauty School in Cincinnati while I was still here in Asbury, and I hitchhiked up and worked to Cincinnati many, many times when hitchhiking was an okay thing to do. So I'm guessing that that's why they chose me to give this award about beauty. So we're just thrilled to death to have Heather Turner. Come on up here, Heather. This is your claim to fame here. You're gonna be famous after today. She's the proud owner of Glow Skin Studio that's located at 314 East Main Street, right here in Wilmore. She's been doing that business for 3 years, but for nearly 10 years, she has poured her life into the beauty industry. She feels that every facial, every wax, and every moment spent with a client is a chance to help someone feel confident and cared for. Heather grew up in Wilmore and is very thankful for this community that feels like family, and is grateful for everyone that has supported her in her new business. She's committed to serve Wilmore with excellence, kindness, and gratitude. And for that, you are the business of the month. And you will receive a key to the city.
Thank you.
Someone's taking a picture, I think.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes,
Someone
yes. And we have a gift card. Would you like to say something?
I just really appreciate everyone who has supported my business. I wouldn't have made it 3 years without the support of this community. It was a dream of mine to own my own business, but to be able to do it in the town where I've grown up my whole life, it is truly an honor. So if you want a facial, just let me know. It's Glow Skin Studio, and I'm right down here on Main Street. Thank you guys so much.
Linda, I saw you step in the door, and I know I heard you're on a tight schedule.
I am, dear, I'm sorry.
We're gonna let you come to the mic then.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mayor. I had to walk up that, all the way down and walk up the road.
I'm sorry about that.
I'm short of breath.
Tell
Good
me
evening.
you are, Linda, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I'm not real sure right this minute. I've got my name tag on. I'm Glenda Creech. I'm with Wesley Village. I've been there about 25 years, so thank you for just a moment, Mayor. I just wanted to say a word. I've done it before, but it's a small town, and we can all talk about wonderful things in small towns, but this is one of the best that I've been around in many, 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 many years, and I've been around and grew up in a lot of small towns, so I congratulate the mayor for that, and the city council for that, and the people who've represented us for so many, many years in such a great way, and I know you all join me and agree with me on those statements. I just wanted to bring a check tonight, Mayor. It's not a great big check. I wish it was multiple digits, but it's $5,000 to the city of Wilmore on behalf of Wesley Village, because we are a nonprofit 501(c) city and we don't pay property tax. And I wish all the other nonprofits would consider that same thing.
You wanna repeat that?
I thought he was coming after me. I didn't know what.
You can get the check.
I was gonna.
Thank you so much.
My newest staff members. She's got a background in Wilmore as well. Went to seminary, she and her husband both. So this is Patricia Fenwick, and she's my new executive director of development at Wesley Village. So we're excited to welcome Patricia and her husband, and her parents are also Wesley Village residents.
Thank you.
I'm out of breath.
Just for the record, this is not her first time doing this. They were here last year, and they've been doing this for 20 years plus.
And we do more.
But again, this they don't have to pay this because they're tax exempt, but they pay this in lieu of what taxes would be. So it's a big deal in a small town to get $5,000. So we appreciate it and thank you so much, and we're glad you're here. And you're 30 years here, right?
I'm in my 26th year.
But the
Oh,
what's
the
it
village
do?
has been here 30, yes.
Yeah.
31 now.
31. Okay, thank you very
Thank you
much.
for that. Thank you, Council.
Thank you all for coming. We got a room full tonight. Is this thing on? Can you hear me? Okay. We have a room full tonight, and before we get down to other agenda items, last year we started a new program called Hometown Hero. And this was basically to recognize people that grew up in Wilmore, had been in Wilmore long enough to be called a resident, a longtime resident. And tonight we have two that we're recognizing. And because, as you all may know him as the General, but I get to call him Ben once in a while. I've got to know this person has spent 40 years in the military. He's Ben F. Adams III, a Brigadier General, retired. You don't get those people in your presence very often that want to serve. And after all that years of service, he's now serving again. And he's come on board with us to work on a project that is kind of a dream for Wilmore. You're going to see a little bit about it if you can stay with us for about 10 more minutes after this presentation. And we're going to talk about our country's 250th anniversary, Wilmore's 150th birthday, and Thompson Hood celebrates 35 years this year. Very significant place in Wilmore, the 140, 150 veterans, one of our largest employers. We're so blessed, as you just saw with Glenda on one side of the street, serving over 200 residents, 100 jobs, and one on the other side. So in Wilmore, you don't necessarily think of industry. That's our industry. Those are the economic engines that drive us. But back to the subject. There's a group called the Kentucky Veterans Hall of Fame. And I was watching or looking in Facebook, and I saw where one of those people had gotten that award in 2025. And I reached out to his wife to invite him to come be a part of this. And as I did, I was reminded that my brother did that just 5 years before. So because the rainwaters cry a lot, I asked the General if he would read this so I won't cry. So I thought it was more appropriate that the General reads both of these citations and introduces both Charlie Happ, who grew up here in Wilmore until he was 18, I believe, and left for the service. Went in the service in 59. I'm going to let the General read that. I'm not taking his thunder. And has come back to serve in a lot of ways. And James also grew up in Wilmore in this same buildings, schools, and has come back to serve veterans still. So, General, we thank you for joining us. If you'd come up and read these.
Charlie, come on.
Buttons cut.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. It is truly an honor and a privilege to come before you and talk about two great Americans, not only just for Wilmore, but also for the state of Kentucky and also the nation. You know, very seldom do we ever really get to talk about those that have served beyond the military. And it is truly one of those things that we should be doing more often. And it is wonderful that the mayor is doing what he's planning in June for the 250, 150, and 35th anniversary here in Wilmore. You don't see many, even small towns, do that anymore. So without further ado, let me provide an honor for Charlie. Charlie W. Hopp, a native of Wilmore, Kentucky, has led a life marked by honor, service, and devotion to others. He proudly served in the United States Army from October 1959 to September 1962, working primarily in intelligence and security. Following his military service, Charlie continued to serve his community through decades of involvement in Jessamine County sports, 25 years on the Jessamine County Fair Board, and ongoing services with Jessamine County Military Freedom Honor Guard, including Camp Nelson National Cemetery, honor flights, POW, and MIA ceremonies. In recognition of his lifelong dedication, Charles W. Huck was inducted into the Kentucky Veterans Hall of Fame in 2025. With gratitude and pride, we honor Charlie for his steadfast commitment to country, community, and fellow veterans. You represent the very best of what it means to be hometown proud. Awarded this second day of February 2026, Harold Rainwater, Mayor, Wilmore, Kentucky. Mayor.
Charlie, on behalf of a grateful town, could you have your family come up and introduce them, or at least stand and introduce them?
Well, sure I can. My better half, my wife Jenny, I couldn't have done this without her. Daughter Michelle, my daughter Crystal. I got a brother sitting here also that was in service. He went in right after I got out. JD, everybody knows JD, I
Come on
think,
up,
here in
JD.
Wilmore. He had a grandson, Garrett Wesley. Another grandson, Walker, Johns. Where'd Walker go? Oh, there he is. I didn't see him. And great grandson, Caden, and Autumn, his sister, and brother, Anson. And part of our other family is my wife's first cousin, Debbie Bruner, her son, Brian, and Tracy. I just bought a small fraction of the family.
Thank you, Charlie.
Oh, Ashley. Well, I'm sorry, Ashley.
You're fine.
Charlie, on behalf of the city council and the mayor, I want to present you a signed and numbered Howard Fane print of our 1976 rendering of the train station, which is how we got our name. And this is our logo, and our program was in 1976, and it's also in 2026 on our 150th. So I want to present you Howard Fane Ruth, and Doug said congratulations. They gave us complete rights to all of his things pertaining to Wilmore, so that's why we're presenting those. Also, I want to present you a key to the city also.
Thank you.
Thank you. And your paperwork from before.
I don't have
Too much
enough
stuff.
hands. I got a little more myself.
And he got this medallion when he got his award this summer. I guess this summer, right?
Yes,
2025.
September.
So again, thank you, and you're,
Most grateful.
and we're grateful for you. Thank you.
Congratulations again, Charlie. Our next honoree is James T. Rainwater. James T. Rainwater grew up in Wilmore, Kentucky. where the values of service, patriotism, community were firmly instilled in him. He entered the United States military in March 1968, served honorably, and went to Vietnam in 1968 to 69. In January 1969, he was promoted to sergeant in recognition of his leadership and dedication. And he continued to serve honorably until 1974. During his military service, James earned the following decorations: the National Defense Service Medal, Vietnam Service Medal with 2 Bronze Service Stars, Vietnam Campaign Medal, Combat Infantryman's Badge, and the Vietnamese Cross of Gallantry with Palm. In appreciation of his service and sacrifice, James was presented a Quilt of Valor during a ceremony held on October 17, 2025. James continues to serve his fellow veterans and community as a proud member of the Patriot Guard of Kentucky, participating in veterans dedications, flag raisings, parades, and Veterans Day events. Throughout his life, he has exemplified the finest virtues of citizenship by leading a life of honor, service, and dedication to the betterment of society. In recognition of his lifelong commitment to service, James T. Rainwater was inducted in the Kentucky Veteran Hall of Fame in 2020. With gratitude and pride, we honor James T. Rainwater for his steadfast commitment to country, community, and fellow veterans. You represent the very best of what it means to be hometown proud. Awarded this day, 2nd of February, 2026, your brother, Harold Rainwater, Mayor, Wilmore, Kentucky. Congratulations.
One is gonna spank me for this, but, Ben? Let's start, double first cousin. Double, our parents were brothers and sisters, believe that.
That sounds weird, but it ain't.
It's okay.
We are from Kentucky.
James, on behalf of the city council and mayor, I'd like to present you also a Howard Thane signed and numbered print. I'd like to also, you probably have one of these, but you have another one now.
I'm still looking for the lock.
This is what James and Charles got when they were inducted into the Hall of Fame. And they also this. So James, on behalf of your town.
Thank you all.
Speech?
No.
That
was the speech.
What about a song?
We got Elvis in the house too, you know. I know everybody's got places to be, and this is a full house, but I would like to introduce at this time Kelly Sheehan and Kelly Oakley and the General for a presentation.
Okay.
Do you want to go ahead and do this?
Yeah.
All right.
I see trees that are red roses too. I watch them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. And I think to myself, oh, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of the people passing by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? But they really say, I love you. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of the people passing by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? But they really say, I love you. I see trees of green and red roses too. I watch them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I think to myself, ooh, what a wonderful world.
I know when you start around a room and you start introducing people, you're gonna leave somebody out, but our state representative, Dan Pfister's right over there against the wall. Ron McCauley, who works tirelessly for veterans. I invited him tonight. I think you were the one that nominated James.
Yes, sir.
That's right.
Thank you, Mayor.
And our county judge, David West, is back there. And we ran this through David on Friday, and you can see that she went back home and worked on it and brought Jessamine County into this. This is gonna be a county-wide celebration, and Kelly's the one that put this together. Kelly Sheehan has been a part of this committee. The general has been a part of this. And I'm just gonna let you tell them.
No, because I get teary-eyed just watching it, so,
You're a big girl.
actually, that, well, thanks. Actually, that, video, really, our question is, do you have any questions what we're trying to do? We are gonna honor 250, everything's gonna take place at Thompson Hood. We wanted to make sure that we wanted to make sure that we took this to the veterans. We'll have the Traveling Vietnam Wall, we'll have, Cost of Freedom and War on Terrorism, static displays, we're bringing a Huey in, so it's gonna be a big playground of military. What am I leaving out?
Time it starts.
Well, it's gonna be, so we're gonna do it the 12th and 13th. So the 12th, there's a concert there, and then the 13th, and we're really pushing people to go on Wilmore's website, because on there, we want veterans to apply, because we need your information, so you get what's coming to you with, we can't tell you everything. If you weren't in here, I would tell the rest of the group. But it's a lot of gifts of gratitude. But it will be, the big stuff will take place Saturday, June 13th. And we're just super excited. I mean, you know, you all deserve it. We saw it tonight. Wilmore is amazing on how much they give back to their veterans. And so we are excited. We are very fortunate that the mayor's like, he said, hey, can you put on a veterans event? But I think he thought it would be a little like just a little event. And we're like, go big, go home. And then I called the gentleman with all the stripes back here, and my friend Kelly, and then several around here. So this is a team effort. This is not a one person. This is a team effort. And we are just excited. We need you to get the word out to veterans. And we need you to start writing those letters of gratitude, because every veteran will receive mail call. We're gonna take you back in the day when that was probably pretty special to get a letter. And, but you're gonna get more than one, more than two, probably more than 50. So what did I leave out?
Just emphasize the number of veterans, 140 constable classes next week.
Right. And we, okay. So there's 140 veterans at Thompson Hood. We're gonna honor all of them, but we're gonna reach that 250 mark. My personal opinion, I think we'll go above and beyond. And so we're pretty excited about that. But every veteran, no matter when they served, no matter what they did, they're gonna be honored. They're gonna be recognized, they're gonna be honored. It's the right thing to do, and just thankful living in Wilmore that will just grab a hold of this, and Jessamine County grabbing hold of this as well.
Ms. Tim Vaughn, I'm sorry, our magistrate here. Our senator's come in and he's got I think a couple of proclamations or readings for these two gentlemen that we just recognized. Is that correct? I hope so, if I said that. So Charlie, I'm gonna ask you to come back up, and James, come back up. No, you go ahead.
Have to sprint up the basic steps. It's snow over there.
We need it.
Hi, folks. It's been a long day. I'm really happy to see all of you all out here tonight. With the cold, with the ice on the roads, it really is a compliment. It really is a compliment. You know, this is the first time I've opened these today, and I'm always honored to talk to you guys. Always. I didn't serve. Yeah, I'm here, but I didn't serve. But what I wanna,
You are now.
I have a couple of things here. This is for you, Mr. Hoop. And I say Mr. Okay, because you earned that. Charles Hoop is recognized and honored for his brave and courteous service as an honorable veteran of the United States Armed Forces. And upon being selected in 2025 for induction into the Kentucky Veterans Hall of Fame, a prestigious honor bestowed upon the Commonwealth's finest veterans and patriots. Not everyone gets this. Of the highest caliber. The Kentucky Veterans Hall of Fame was organized as an exclusively charitable and educational organization dedicated to honoring the outstanding accomplishments of those Kentuckians who have served their country through courageous military service. Not just military service, courageous military service. They've served their communities and the citizens of the Commonwealth of Kentucky. Inasmuch as Charles Hoop demonstrated a laudable allegiance to this state and nation, and a willingness to boldly and skillfully do what was necessary to maintain peace and preserve freedom in this world, he has extended sincere expressions of pride and gratitude for having served this country with such integrity and valor. He has offered the warmest wishes for this continued success and good fortune in the future and on this motion. You know, Mr. Hoop and Mr. Rainwater, I don't know that I'm the person who really should be doing this. Again, I talk about how I never served. I can talk about a lot of things that I have experienced. A lot. And being in the military and serving our country the way you guys have, I can't. So it really is an honor to me to be put in this situation where I can do these things to help honor you for the love. And the one thing we don't show in here and we don't talk about is the love and the respect that you have shown, not just to our country, but to our communities and to our families. Those families who took the time to allow you to be with us and serve for us for a period of time. So I'm gonna have both you gentlemen hop up here. Can I have them talk?
They want to.
I want you to talk. Even if you just say hi.
I'm being honored tonight, and I greatly appreciate it, but I couldn't have done this without her. My better half. 52 years and counting. I was raised here in Wilmore. If anybody remembers the old Krause brothers that used to be here, I worked at the service station over there for 4 years when I was in school. Oh goodness.
It's okay.
This is harder than I thought it was.
Yeah, it is. You know, one of the things I told someone a long time ago is we think it's hard when we go other places and you get honored.
I'm used to being on the other side.
Well, yeah, but you're on this side.
I know.
But what I remind people of, it really is hardest when we're talking in front of a group of our peers whom we work with and whom we see every day in and out. And they really know the true us. And so I'm just glad you're getting to experience this.
We're all sitting tonight. I went to school here for 11 years. Great school, a great town to grow up in. It couldn't be any better. And special thanks to our mayor, Mr. Rainwater. We appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Well, I grew up in this town also, just down the street and up the hill. It was, we walked to school then. We weren't bused, and it's uphill both ways, as the old saying was. But I've loved this town all my life. I'm gonna end it with that. I thank you all. Thanks to my brother too.
Sorry.
We're gonna take a short break here in just a minute to allow families that want to exit go. But is there any questions at all on the video you saw or what we're trying to do? This takes two things. it takes veterans and it takes money to do anything this big. We're expecting thousands to come to Wilmore over that period of time if you just honor 250 veterans and their family. If Charlie Happ's family's here, we're gonna have 5,000. So it's gonna be a big time in our town. It's going right into Flag Day on Monday, I believe, the 14th. So this is one of our 150 events for this year. Believe it or not, our little town is reaching for 150 events, and this is one of those. But it's sort of a legacy type event that it's not every town in Kentucky has Thompson Hood Veterans Center. It's not every town in Kentucky that has 140 veterans that call home. So we want to make sure that we honor those veterans that are living here, and there's 2,700 veterans that have passed through here already. They're not here. And then there's many more that will come. So those 140 will be honored there, but then there's another 100 or so that we want to honor. If you know a veteran, if they have an affiliation to Wilmore, either grew up here or live here, we got a little wall we're starting back here. We got a long ways to go to catch up with the county judge and his wall of veterans at the courthouse, but we're starting down the wall. So we'd like to add those names to that. And so if we don't have these two Haps, I think we got both of you, right? Yeah.
And the other two also.
And the other two also. So we got 4 of the Hap brothers. Yeah. That's quite a tribute there, 4 Hap brothers. Yeah. So we're trying to raise, hang on to your seats, $100,000 for this, just to bring in the static displays, just to bring in a Vietnam wall that is 360 feet long, the length of a football field, just to bring in a helicopter, just to bring in, and you can just fill in the blank. You know what it costs. And so we're trying to raise that, and this man with all these bars and stripes is very instrumental in us having him here to help us get that done. We're trying to work with the county. We're trying to work with other organizations, larger businesses. Everybody gets hit to raise money, but we're hitting them for a purpose, to help us put this together. So watch for those events. Send us names of veterans. We need those names. Right now, that's really important so that we can start putting those lists together and getting those letters started. We'll worry about raising the money, and you get us some veterans' names. And you have anything else? General? We're applying for a trust, a grant of money. That's a big hope. We've also asked our county to participate with us. We didn't blindside anybody. We just started Friday with our first opening to anybody. So you're the first to hear about this. The council will be involved in this. We already are involved in this. So it's a big effort, a big part of what we're doing, in addition to everything else we're trying to do this year. But I want to thank Kelly and Kelly. Where Kelly? There's the guy over there. He can't shake your hand tonight. Ice got him. But this young lady puts these things together at 2:30 in the morning. I get emails at 2:36, and I get up and read them. And but she put this together, I guess Sunday.
We do have a Facebook page. We're gonna have Instagram and X and so forth, but Facebook is Wilmore Salute. It is called Salute to Service. We sort of left that. We may have left the title of the event out, but it's Salute to Service. But there's a Facebook page, and now that the cat's out of the bag, it'll be going pretty strong. So it's Wilmore Salute to Service.
Don't know if you saw on the logo, Vince Lou Allen put the Wilmore logo together. And then the General and Kelly tweaked it a bit And on the side of that logo, there's an American flag. Want to tell them what you did? Yeah, I think that's pretty significant.
Well, again, you know, the representation of what we want to try to do in June is to celebrate the service of so many. And to show that as far as an emblem with the Wilmore train station is to show American flag, a soldier who may be coming home or may just be there, but with a family member. And the soldier saluting the flag, and the child or the loved one is holding his hand. So again, it's all culmination. And as the mayor so eloquently said, you know, this is not just about the soldiers, it's about the families as well. And I've mentioned this many times in my service, that if it wasn't for family, we would not be able to do what we do. And the support we have back home are the hometown heroes as well. So this is just one more way that we're saluting 140 plus, whatever number Wilmore has, or Thompson Hood has at the Veterans Center during that time frame is what we're gonna celebrate. But we wanna try to celebrate as many veterans within the Jessamine County area or even surrounding area that wants to come in. This is all, whether you just raised your right hand or you did it, you know, 50 years ago, it doesn't matter, you're a veteran. And we wanna recognize that, recognize the family. So one of the other things too, and I was talking to Kelly, was the application form. There is one on the Facebook.
Wilmore.org.
Wilmore.org. That's where we're gathering the names, and we like to get as many names as we can. It doesn't matter, even if somebody didn't apply, if they just show up that night, we're gonna do the best we can to recognize those veterans and their families. And again, we'll try to do the best we can with those that do show up, but clearly, our goal is 250, but I really think we're gonna be closer to 300 or 400 easily. And you multiply that by 5 or 6, except for Charlie's family, which would be about 80. You know, it's probably gonna be about 5,000 or 6,000 people there, and that's a wonderful, wonderful event. So, anybody have any other questions, Mayor? And again, the leadership that caused this to happen is that man right there. And we need to give him a round of applause.
And this man served 40 years. We're gonna take about a 2-minute break. And only this young lady could probably get the general to put this outfit on tonight and come here for this. We sat here the other night and said, there's no way I'm gonna do that.
I've had to buy a lot of coffee.
Yes, you are. You're gonna honor some veterans. I have no rank, but he listens to me occasionally. All the time. Thank you all so much, and then we'll get back to our agenda in just a moment.
Congratulations. Thank you, Ron. Appreciate you
That's really still on my phone. Yeah, I mean, it almost is family too. That's just This is the first time we made it, and then they said again, and we were like, there's no way to make so much ice everywhere, and I couldn't bring it along. So it's hard to rearrange
Because I knew your husband worked up there, but I thought it was Gaffney, and she's doing some event here.
Yes.
So I thought maybe you were related to that.
No, but I do like the Gaffneys a lot.
I do too. I do too. Like all those guys. Thanks for all your votes. I tried to get you money for the sidewalk.
I understand.
Yeah, I didn't understand. I didn't understand. Just for whatever that's worth. I thought that was a great compromise. Good. Okay, there's some problems with this one. There's less problems with this one. Well, there's also some things in the back happening. What? Yeah, there is. Just trust me. Just trust me. I'm a politician, so you're going to have to go way out on a limb here. Just trust me. Denise will tell you. No, I said to her, just trust me. I said, Denise will tell you.
Yeah, we went to morning prayer this morning, and then it's just like, we'll see how that went. Doing all right. And then we went to the Halligans, and that was great. We were all playing with toys, and I was like, my team was they're celebrating 250 for America, 150 for Wilmore, 35 years of Hollywood. And then June 12th and 13th, and so they're bringing in Vietnam Wall, a bunch of stuff, and then they want to do the budget letters to veterans, service, and just
We'll come back to order in about a minute, please.
They'll keep you late tonight.
It's okay.
Good, how are you doing? 2 minutes, I think, is going past 2 minutes.
I think you'd have told me that was never going to fly.
Got politicians out there.
Everyone's been inside in the snow too long. Yeah, it's true. You gotta be social interactive with anybody.
Good, good. And you? Whatever you want to call me. Yes. Yeah.
You'll talk about life.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I think she was one of the Sims drugs too. Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, we're gonna need some of those pictures for our place. Yes.
Right. It is.
It is? Oh, I didn't see it. I just kind of perused it. I didn't. Like, I don't want crack my sparkling water out in the lobby.
You're the only guy I have to shake my hand. Oh, well, this is it. I'm very glad. You guys been busy lately. Session and everything. Thanks for doing it. Thanks for fighting for all the good stuff.
Yeah.
I've read some of the stuff that you guys are doing. It's awesome.
That's why I'm really proud of you. Like always. Because 3 years
I was really nervous. I was like, we're up on the old street. Ignorance is bliss. That's terrible. I really get you a water filter for No, it's scary.
Okay, council, we're ready to go. We're back, ready to move to the minutes of January 5.
I move for adoption of the minutes of January 5th, 2026.
Second. Thank you. Discussion? All in favor, please indicate by aye. Aye. Any opposed? New business. First item, Sycamore Farm, Pam Stevenson. Pam, sorry you had to wait so long.
That's
but
okay.
We're honored veterans.
I appreciate that.
You might have to pull that mic down. Oh, that's about right.
Okay, thank you, Mayor Rainwater and members of the Wilmore City Council for giving us the opportunity to speak this evening. My name is Pam Stevenson. I was supposed to be joined by my sister, but she couldn't make it because of snow. We are the children of Bill and Wilma Jean Ashbrook, the owners of Sycamore Hill Farm, located at 1970 Lexington Road, Wilmore, Kentucky. We were not in attendance at the January 5th, 2026 meeting, but watched the meeting on YouTube. We are here tonight to correct some misinformation about our family that was presented by Mr. Andy Beachy in reference to the bike path, trail, shared use path. If we had known about the meeting, we would have been in attendance. Our goal is to separate fact from fiction and set the record straight regarding our generational farm. First, let me begin by saying that the city of Wilmore has been a part of our family for many generations. Our great-grandmother, as a widow, raised her children in Wilmore, and many other family members have called Wilmore home as well. Throughout the years, our grandparents and parents have been very supportive of Wilmore in every way. In fact, they sold another family farm on Highway 68 to Wilmore for Centennial Park. Wilmore then resold part of the farm to the Ichthus Farm. We also had another parcel that was our great-grandmother's, and it was sold to Wilmore Methodist Church, the Wesley Village. Our mother lived on what is now Sycamore Hill Farm and attended Wilmore Elementary School, while her father served in World War II. My sister and I, along with our families, have spent a lot of time on the farm. Our family has taken great pride in managing this farm, restoring the home, and keeping the land pristine as an entrance to Wilmore. Sycamore Hill Farm is a 150-acre farm that has been in our family for generations. The farm is considered a historic property and is listed on the National Registry of Historic Places as well as the Bluegrass Trust designation. Sycamore Hill Farm is located 100% in Jessamine County, and our intent is to remain in the county. The property located across from our farm on Lexington Road is within the Wilmore city limits and is maintained by the city of Wilmore. Wilmore actually has an easement on the other side of the road from our farm. Some history of our family and the bike path. Several years ago, our father was approached by a former Wilmore employee about a path. The concept sounded great. What you may or may not know is our parents were not fully informed about the project, And in fact, some deceptive and dishonest tactics were used to gain their consent. Our parents were under the impression that the path was a continuation of the asphalt path currently located in Wilmore. It was also suggested by the former employee to our family that we donate all the land to Wilmore. In actuality, Andy Beachy and Scott Thompson were tying a shared use path in with the state project of widening the Y. A TAP grant application was also submitted, misrepresenting our historic property, which was signed by the former employee of Wilmore. If this is the litigation referred to in the meeting, that was between Wilmore and the governing agency of the TAP grant for falsifying information on the grant application in relation to our farm. There has been no litigation between the city of Wilmore and Sycamore Hill Farm, their owners, or children. It's important for the community to understand the amount of land a bike path or trail requires. Strand Associates is an engineering firm hired by the state for the Y project. A few years ago, we were told by Strand Associates that the trail would have to abide by the federal guidelines due to federal funding being utilized for the project. The path itself would be a minimum of 10 feet wide with a buffer of 30 feet on each side. This is a total of 70 feet wide of prime road frontage land. That is equivalent to the height of a 7-story building. In recent reviews, the federal guidelines appear to change depending on the length of the trail. Since it would be joining another trail, making it longer than 4.57 miles, the path should be 15 to 20 feet wide plus the buffer. The 70 feet wide quickly changed to 80 feet. This is not a small path between the fence and road, as our father was led to believe by a former employee. This path would destroy the historic stone entrance and consume a large amount of valuable road frontage of our land. In the meeting, Andy stated, "The children were against the project, and that rumor is that the family has plans to develop the farm within the next 5 to 10 years, and he wanted to get this project on the books so it can be tied to the sale of the property." Let me clarify that we have not had any conversations with Andy or anyone regarding the sale or development of our land. This is spreading false and inaccurate information that has not been discussed with us. In regards to the statement by Andy, we have not been in conflict with the farm owners, we have been in conflict with the children. They do not own and do not live on the property. The owners are likely to move on in 5 to 10 years. Let me clarify, Mr. Beachy. We have not been in any conflict with anyone on this council except you for spreading false rumors about our family. This was first addressed with you in June of 2020 when you chose to spread false rumors in a Lexington MPO meeting that I was attending via Zoom. At that time, I asked you to please refrain from spreading false rumors about our family and business. Exactly what do you mean the owners will likely move on in 5 to 10 years? What are you implying? Correct me if I'm wrong, but I take this as you're implying the death of my parents. This is extremely disrespectful. We take great offense to this insensitive statement. To clarify, we are the heirs. We do have tremendous amount of control and involvement in our family farm. We are actually confused about the overreach and sense of entitlement to our property by Mr. Beachy. The manner in which Andy has gone about this entire situation does nothing to build trust with the children or our family. In fact, he is continuing to create a division and cause tremendous distrust with our entire family. Let us make one thing clear. At this point, we have no plans or desire to sell or develop our historic generational family farm. Continuing to spread these sorts of rumors about us is bordering on defamation of character and jeopardizing our family business. Thank you again for allowing us to address the council this evening. We appreciate your time. We respectfully request this letter to be entered into the minutes for the February 2nd, 2026 meeting.
Thank you.
Thank you. Who should I give this to be a?
City clerk.
Oh, no, I have another copy. Thank you.
Here, second item is the reappointment of Keith Barker to the Jessamine County City Wilmore Joint Board of Adjustment. Our director is here, Christopher Montgomery.
Board of Adjustment terms run for 4 years. Mr. Barker's term has recently expired, so in talking with him, he would like to continue to serve on the Board of Adjustment. If it pleases the council to reappoint him, that is all I'm here to ask.
What would that term be?
Since his term has already expired, the new term would start February of 2026 and it would run through February of 2030.
So I spoke to him tonight, and he does wish to be reappointed. He had to be at some meetings of the college or university. Is that a motion?
I move, and second, we interrupted you.
I'm sorry. Sorry, I interrupted you. Thank you, Christopher, on that. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. I think you have the next item.
I do. So the units 6C and 6D of the Talbot subdivision have been constructed. They've gone through the planning commission for approval of final plats. Most recently, unit 6D. As part of that, they have completed the roadways to the specifications of the city of Wilmore. The planning commission has recommended that the city of Wilmore consider acceptance of the roads into their road system. A release of the bond that was in place for unit 6C, and then a reduction in the bond for unit 6D to the amount of $5,500. That is to cover the cost of street trees that must be put in. This is not the best time of year in order to put those in, so we're going to keep that bond in place in order to ensure that those get put in the spring.
Again, it comes as a recommendation to you to release that bond and hold that 55. Motion second.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
I'm fairly confident this is not the night to have this conversation, but if you could tell me when it is. Under Sharon's leadership, we, and Jeff's, we drove on and looked at every sidewalk in the city of Wilmore this fall. By far, the sidewalks and the curbs and the gutters that are in the worst repair are in Talbot. What do we need to do to keep that from happening again? Who sets those standards, the criteria for the construction of sidewalks? Help me out here, Jeff.
You're not talking about this development per se.
I'm not talking about this development, I'm talking about if the same standards are there, the sidewalks and curbs and drains in Talbot are not good.
Okay.
So I know that's not for tonight, but how do we get involved in that?
So the construction of both the roadways and the sidewalks is something that's outlined in our Joint Planning Commission subdivision regulations. So if you are finding that they have not stood up to the test of time, that is something that we can take to our ordinance update committee, have our civil engineer review, see if there are better ways to design the sidewalks so that they do hold up to the test of time. Obviously, there would be input from Jeff and his department, but I'm happy to discuss that further.
That'd be great. If you can do that, that'd be great.
Whenever you're available.
That's better than I imagined, thank you.
What I have seen, because I built a house 7 years ago, they build the sidewalks and then the construction guys drive over the sidewalks and push them down or break them down.
Yes, and they are supposed to replace any portions of the sidewalk that they damage or destroy. It is also something that we could look into having a regulation that keeps a bond in place for the sidewalks for a certain amount of time, to ensure that the money is there if they are destroyed during construction. That's not something I can guarantee that will get put into place, but it's something that we can look into and see how it would benefit the city and how we would go about it.
That'd be
This-
great.
This comes as a recommendation, had a motion second. Any other discussion? Question, all in favor, please indicate by aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you.
Thank you.
The next is the, ethics ordinance, 2025-16, Attorney Robert Dillon.
Well, Mayor, I have sent, all the council the proposed ordinance.
Use your mic, please.
Sure.
Thank you.
I have sent the council the proposed ordinance, which is going to bear number 2026-16, I suppose, yeah. And, I received feedback from Mr. Metcalf, which, is fairly detailed. And so I forwarded that to you all as well. So my thought is that, if you all want to discuss it tonight, you can. If you all want to take this and, examine the comments of Mr. Metcalf to the ordinance and then get back to me with your thoughts between now and the next meeting. I really don't know how the best way of getting these thoughts and the proposed ordinance to become one document. So your all's thoughts would be greatly appreciated.
My discussion with people that we have talked to about possibly serving, no one wants to serve on a committee until they know what the ordinance is. I know League of Cities has said appoint the committee and then adopt the ordinance, but I think you got the horse before the cart before the horse. So I think this has to be ironed out before you get people that are going to be implementing that ordinance.
I had lengthy conversations with the attorney at KLC about this, and then he subsequently wrote me an email and copied Donna and Lori. I think he indicated that Lori was the primary person to be involved in this. I'm not exactly sure why, but she's our contact maybe with KLC. But he offered to have a conversation with us to talk us through the document, or proposed ordinance line by line, to make sure that we were clear on what they were recommending that we had to do, and what legally we were required to do. I subsequently forwarded that email to the mayor, and so that's what I know about it. I mean, I would share Wes's concerns.
Well, my suggestion would be that we invite him either to the next meeting or to a work session if the mayor deems that appropriate. But one way or the other, within the next couple of meetings, we need to get this adopted.
Well, I think it'd have to be a work session if it's 32-page item.
Okay.
It's not gonna get done through a council meeting.
All right.
So, it could be a council meeting for that purpose. And if the public wants to sit on it, they could, but I don't know if people would want to go through a line by line item ordinance, 32 pages.
Yeah, a lot of my things that I wrote in there are just changing of words and order of words, because the way that it's written is, it doesn't reflect the way that I understand we operate currently in a lot of ways. Not that it's unethical, it's just a different, like it even says in there, you can change this for city clerk, you can change this for city clerk. And so a lot of that is just changing it around to make it more streamlined, because it's my opinion that the ordinance as it's written or suggested from KLC, to me, it's overdone and administratively heavy. So I just think that we could streamline it some and make it fit Wilmore better. So that was kind of what that leads to. And then to me, there's some redundancy, but that may be legal jargon. I'm not an attorney, so that's basically it.
Is this something that a subcommittee of the council can work on and then present to minimize the amount?
Sounds like Wes is interested in working on that, since he wrote the most of it.
I'd be happy to also.
Okay, I mean, as long as we have three or no more than three that wanna meet on this and work it out, I'm fine. Who else wants to do that?
Well, Lori, did you understand why he wanted you involved?
Well, she's a personnel director.
Yeah, I think that is why. He said she was a key person. That's what he told me. I think the email that he wrote me was actually to you, maybe copied us.
She is the contact though with the leads.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
That's the reason.
Well, there you go, there you
We're a
go.
small city and there's not a lot of people that,
Well,
Yeah.
Wes, Sharon, and David have said they want to serve on that committee.
And I have no problem at all attending, assuming it's the only time I can.
And he'll do it in person or in Zoom, but now there's a cost to do that.
There's always a cost.
Oh, yeah.
It's probably cheaper to have you by Zoom, but.
He just gave a flat amount of $750.
That's for the whole project though. And finishing up the document, presenting the document, and then going through the training with employees and
Right,
staff.
exactly.
So, okay. While we're on attorneys and issues, the meeting on this Thursday is with the Kentucky League of Cities has hired Charlie Cole to work with our attorney on the new lawsuit against Jessamine County, City of Wilmore, Planning Commission, Board of Adjustment, magistrates, everybody named. And that is because that's the only time he could meet, was Thursday noon. We'll have some sandwiches. It will be a call meeting of the council because they would assume 4 or more would be here. So it's a meeting, but it would be a closed session because it's talking about litigation. And you can have a closed session for litigation, correct?
That's correct.
Okay. So it would be a closed meeting for, city clerk and council and of council.
It will have to begin as an open meeting, we'll have to go into a closed session with motion.
Okay. And there will be sandwiches, nice sandwiches. Donald. So that's Thursday, and I'm sorry, short notice, and if you can't be here, we'll brief you, and Charlie can brief later. But they have to file a response in a certain number of days. Anything else? You saw big pieces of equipment in town, so you're going to see great disruption, but great improvement. That's the hope. You know, if you wanna make improvements, you gotta tear down something or tear up something. For 45 years, we've complained about it. We're gonna fix it, but it's gonna disrupt a lot of life, going forward. The judge was here with Jeff. The components for the splash pad are on site. So while you're fighting through snow and ice, just think of a splash pad coming. So that process is underway and is here. Just an update, the solar units passed their electrical inspection, are online and working. And we're working on a ribbon cutting, I think in April 16 or something like that. We'll let you know more when it's prettier and the ground's cleaned up and all that with the family, Dan Glass family. Anything else as far as reports or updates? Council, staff?
We can't leave here without thanking Jeff and all his team for
Wow, all you gotta do is drive Central Kentucky to know how thankful we are.
What was Wes's comment? Or no, it was, who was it? Who was your guy? He called you on the phone? Oh, David McElrath.
I'm sorry.
When David McElrath called you that morning, remember?
Oh, he said, I've come to the promised land. I got that message. He was driving from Jessamine Station, subdivision. No, nobody was clean at that point. And he said, I just came to the promised land. Jeff Mowbray's at work, isn't he? And I said, yes, he is. Jeff and Gary Hager Construction Company and many, many others.
Many good guys.
Take care of that. Anything else?
adjourn.
Wasn't that pretty quick?
That was.
Huh? Back on, huh?